Everyone, hope you all are fine. Welcome to the English Academy. In this video, we are going to start A Christmas Carol, Act 1, Scene 2. The location of the scene 2 is the street of London and Scrooge's apartment. Marley, who was former business partner of Scrooge, and obviously he is not alive, but his host is narrating the scene. Scrooge left the office that night and walked his usual route back home. The streets were more crowded than usual with last minute shoppers collecting Christmas puddings, choirs singing hymns on street corners, hymns means religious songs, and by children playing in the snow. Scrooge hated it all and was relieved when he finally got to his front door. Scrooge fumbles in his pockets for his keys. He finds them, and as he reaches for the lock, he drops them in shock. There, on his front door, is the face of Jacob Marley. Jacob Marley? But he is gone. I could have sworn I saw his face right here. But yet, oh, come now, Ebenezer. Must have been a trick of the light. Humbug, the lot of it. You have been working yourself too hard, and that must be it. The stress of working has made you see things that are not really there. Yes, that's it. As soon as Scrooge reaches his apartment, he was about to unlock the door of his house. So he saw the face of Jacob Marley, and he was so surprised to see. Obviously, if you are seeing the face of such a person who is not alive, that will also make you surprised. So Scrooge thought that it was only just because of whole day working really hard, and might possible that he was much stressed. That's why he's seeing such things. Scrooge was shaken by this strange encounter. He was a practical man, one who was not inclined to believe in anything extraordinary or supernatural. However, Scrooge's reluctance to believe the evidence of his senses was about to be pushed to the limit. Scrooge looks with great unease once more at both sides of the door and enters. He potters about in his apartment, taking off his coat and hat and getting into his nightgown and nightcap. He gets his bowl of gruel and sits before his fire. Scrooge actually tried to make himself understand that there wasn't anything as such, and he started with his usual routine. He took off his coat and getting into his nightgown and nightcap, and he took the bowl of gruel and sat before the fire. Ah, Jacob Marley, if he could have seen me before, he would have laughed. What a humbug, the lot of it. The sound of the carol singers singing Silent Night in the distance is heard. There is the song which has been sung by carol singers. Scrooge goes into his window. Get out of it, you noisy brutes. If you preach a silent night, it's a wonder you don't give us a silent night. Obviously, all of us we know that Scrooge is such a person who does not like these things. So he got angry when carol singers were singing out of his window, and he actually scolded them. He goes again to his chair in front of the fire. The sooner this menace of a season is over, the sooner there shall be order once more on the streets, and that more than anything else will be cause for celebration. Maybe even I shall sing then. Ha! Scrooge is actually waiting, eagerly waiting for all these things to come to an end as soon as possible. So he will be having a time of relaxation, because he does not like these all things. Once the Christmas will be over, so he will be free from all these things. A bell gently rings in Scrooge's home. At first, he cannot locate the source of the noise, but as he finds it, a second bell starts to ring, and then a third, until a cacophony of noise dominates Scrooge's apartment. What the devil is going on? What is this? The lights got out suddenly. The noise stops. A clanking noise replaces it. Footsteps approaching and the sound of heavy chains rattling. Scrooge whimpers in the dark. What's going on? Hello, is there anyone? Show yourself. The ghost of Jacob Marley enters. He is weighed down by thick, heavy chains. He stares into the eyes of Scrooge. Finally, the ghost of Jacob Marley has arrived, but he has heavy chains around his feet and legs, as you can see in the picture as well. This, I mean, well, it's obviously, I don't believe it. Scrooge. I can't believe it. I won't believe it. Ebenezer Scrooge, speak not my name, for I will not hear it. Not from you, for you are not real. You cannot exist if I refuse to believe what I see. Scrooge is in extreme shock that whatever he is encountering cannot be the real one because his friend has been died, and how could it possible that a died person is standing before him? You do believe. Murray is trying to make him believe that he is finally here in his apartment. I do not. I have read about these things like this, apparitions brought on by stress or food poisoning. How do I know you are not just an undigested bit of beef or an old potato? Scrooge is saying that it is not possible. I have heard so many things like this that because of stress, these things happens or might possible. It is just because of food poisoning or there is some problem of indigestion. Marley stares at Scrooge. Do I look like a potato? Marley is asking. Well, Marley raises his arm in the air and the bells chime louder than before. The fire burns brighter than before and the lights rapidly flicker on and off. Scrooge screams and covers. Stop, please stop. I believe. Everything stops but Jacob. I spoke your name today. Two men in the office and I said you died 7 years ago today. 7 years. Has it really been that long? Ebenezer Scrooge, Jacob Marley, is it really you? But you are supposed to be dead. I am dead. But I don't understand how, why, what. I mean, can you sit down? I can. Well, do it then. Scrooge watches Marley sit and follows suit. They stare at each other, Marley certainly looking the more relaxed of the two. Scrooge looks very uncomfortable. What do you want with me, Jacob Marley? Finally, Scrooge believed that Jacob Marley was there and he was asking that I am failed to understand that how could it possible? Can you sit down? So Marley sat down over there on the chair and then Scrooge asked, what do you want with me, Jacob? I have come from the great beyond with a warning for you. I have come to you before it is too late. I don't understand. These past 7 years, I have watched you closely, Scrooge, closer than you can imagine. I see how you are set in your ways and how you are set upon your path. Watched? Jacob, you are dead. My spirit has wandered restlessly, relentlessly within the four walls of our old counting house. I have seen your dealings with people and I have watched you continue along with your path blindly. I have said many a time, Ebenezer, over your shoulder, I have silently implored you to see the error of your ways before it is too late. This is actually the reason of the ghost of Jacob Marley's arrival, that he want to warn his friend that the way he is dealing with the people is extremely wrong and he needs to mend his ways before it is too late. Too late? I don't. In life, I was much like you. I amassed a great fortune and a great many enemies. Marley is actually trying to make him understand that he has been watching him so closely and he finally came to a conclusion that he must come in order to warn, in order to make his friend understand that the life is not only about materialistic wealth. Life is not only about making profit, making money. It's all about sharing and caring. It's all about helping people out who needs our help. It's about being good to the people, being compassionate towards the people. But you were always a good man of business, Jacob. Jacob said that he was much like Scrooge when he was alive, and Scrooge said that you were a very great businessman. Business? Mankind was my business. He common welfare was my business. The common welfare was my business. Charity, kindness, mercy, and compassion were all my business. The dealings of my trade were but a drop of water in the comprehensive ocean of my business. Scrooge stares at him dumbfounded. What are you saying, Jacob? Jacob is saying such things that has nothing to do with Scrooge, compassion, love, kind, help, cooperation. So that's why he was so much surprised and puzzled. When I died 7 years ago tonight, I found out my horror that it is not enough to be successful in business, for it is our dealings with people that are most important. After Jacob Marley died, he came to know that life is not only about business, but it is about your dealing with the people. That how do you deal with the people? Nonsense, Jacob. What is this you're saying? Why do you talk like this? I mean to save you, Ebenezer. The chains I wear are the chains I forged in life, link by link, yard by yard. They weigh heavy on me as they shall on you. He actually wanted to save his friend from the heavy chains of the sins he is wearing, which are actually getting longer and heavier day by day on me. Your chains were as thick and as heavy as these 7 Christmases ago, and you have continued in the same spirit ever since. It is these chains I wish to save you from. Early made him understand that you have a lot, so you have actually collected or gathered and have made so many sins, by dealing harsh with the people. So he is here, just wanted to save his friend from these heavy chains of the punishment. Humbug, I refuse to believe it. You are not really here. You are not Jacob Marley. The Marley I knew would not have entertained such notions. Actually, Jacob, as he himself told, that he was much like a Scrooge. So Scrooge is not believing that the Jacob whom he knew is saying, could say such stuff like helping others and all these positive things. Listen to me, for my time here grows short. I seek to help you avoid a most terrible fate. Jacob is here for a very short period of time, and he actually wanted to have some good words with his friend. You were always a good friend, Jacob. Please, I beg you. Tonight you will be visited by 3 spirits. I think I would rather not. Without them, you cannot hope to avoid the road you are currently heading down. Expect the first when the clock strikes 1. That's awfully late, Jacob. Expect the second when the clock strikes 2. And expect the third when the clock strikes 3. 3. Yes, 3. Marley begins to exit. Please, Marley, speak words of comfort to me. Tell me there is an easier way. There is no other way. Well, couldn't they all arrive at once and be done with it? This is your only chance. Scrooge, remember the first spirit shall arrive at 1. Jacob Marley told him that in order to make him understand his mistakes, 3 spirits are going to visit him tonight. The first spirit will come when the clock strikes 1. Second, when the clock strikes 2, and the third when the clock strikes 3. So Scrooge asked him, is this possible that all the 3 spirits can come at the same time, because the timings he is telling will be too late for him. So Marley replied that this is the only chance he got in order to understand his mistakes, what he has done wrong, what is going to be wrong, and what he has done wrong. Marley is gone. Scrooge is left alone on the stage. He goes to bed. Jacob Marley, I dare not say it did not happen yet. How could it be? Jacob Marley, indeed. He is dead, Ebenezer, you old fool. 3 spirits? No, no, that cannot be. Can it? Enough, I should not dwell on it too much, for such a thing would interrupt my sleep tonight. To be bed, yes, to bed. Scrooge is still not believing that anything as such is possible. The spirits are going to visit him, they are going to show him something. Jacob Marley was there. He is still in a very puzzled situation, and he is not believing any as such thing. Scrooge goes towards his bed, then turns to pick up a poker from beside the fireplace. He goes to bed with the poker and looks very nervous. He looks around, then closes the bed curtains. So, by the end of this line, we are done with the explanation of scene 2. In this scene, we have learned about Marley's spirit and Scrooge's encounter, where Scrooge's tried to make him understand that the way he is living the life is incorrect, and in order to make his mistakes understand and to see that what he is doing wrong, 3 spirits are going to visit him tonight. For the next scene, you need to watch the videos. Still, if you have any query, you can ask me in comment section. Till the next video, take care. Bye bye.